Hello YouTube, it's Frayed Hero showing my Liberator deck profile as of set 12. This is more for the Garmore shenanigans than anything else, so if you're looking for a more serious kind of build, you might want to look somewhere else. But this is how I've been having fun with Gold Paladins and just trying to go for the ridiculous Garmore calls. So here's the starting Vanguard. Cheer up for those moments when you go straight into a Garmore, so you can get a really fat Vanguard without needing to break ride. And I noticed Spring Breeze is very popular too, but personally I like to save the counterblasts for when I need them for Garmore for another reason, which I'll show you in a second. Run 4 heal, 4 Epona, 4 Strike Liberators, and then I run 4 Flames of Victory, which is the reason behind me not wanting to waste Counterblast unless this happens to hit the damage zone. Since Garmore and Outfit are a special, you kind of don't want these to get into damage zone, but they kind of happen a lot anyway. But the reason I run more crits is because I like to have the extra push in Gold Paladins, because like the reason I ran it with like Alfred when I was running Gancelot Alfred was because, as nice as having a fat Vanguard is every turn, if they're at 4 and they can safely no guard you because you don't have enough criticals, then this increases the chances of you adding that pressure when they're at 4 damage. And also with Garmore you can put it to soul and give power if you happen to randomly call it out, instead of having an awkward trigger sitting there. 4 Marin, 10k attacker, overall good card for the deck. 4 Josephus for the superior call to draw. It's just there to get that extra +1 if you happen to call it from deck, and it's a 7k, so it's still good. 4 Bruno makes silly shenanigans happen if you have Gancelot and even Alfred, because this can become a 10k booster if you just call once off Alfred. But the amount of plusing this thing gets if you happen to just call 1 and then Garmore skill, you get a really fat Bruno. To round off my 15 grade 1s, I run 3 marks. I do have a 4th, but me personally, I always get perfect guards. Almost every single time I'll get these opening hand. If not, I will end up with like 3 or 4 of them if I run 4 in my hand at some point. So that's why I cut it down to 3, because I see them way too much. I often get hands of 4 perfect guards, and that's pretty terrible. And also, this decreases the chance of random calling them off of the Garmore, and that way I can keep a better check on my perfect guards, because I'll hold on to them more willingly instead of using them. I run 1 Blaster Blade because Aichi status, and it's for those moments when you get the Flames of Victory and damage. You can use it to counterblast, but that's pretty much all it's there for, because the whole point is to use Garmore and Alfred's skill. 4 Fallon, 12k attacker, helps make your bad columns better. 3 Bagpipe Angels because of the Garmore. If you call these off, you get a free 4k power to somewhere else, and it can make things hit numbers if they're bad columns, at least for that one turn, and then Garmore can shuffle back maybe the trigger you called to fix your columns later, since you plus so much. And then I run 3 Galatine, which makes 11 grade 3s, and it's there for the 10k body. Don't need a Scrad because you want to save your counterblasts, and it's pretty much the same thing. And yeah, just being a 10k body is really nice. Also, it saves you if you have only 9k rear guards unboosted. They can't even attack it. The heart and soul of the deck, Garmore. I might consider upping the Garmore count by 1 more, for the sake of the fact that I'd like to get it more, just to be silly. But I have 3 right now, and it's working pretty well. 2 Gancelots, just in case, as fallbacks, but personally, I'm feeling like I should just take 1 out for a Garmore and 1 for another Alfred. That way, I can actually do something the turn I hit grade 3, usually. And then I run 2 Alfreds. They're nice to have if you don't get the Garmore. And plus, after you use Garmore skill, you can ride this. If you're still at limit break, you're still attacking really big, and you called like 3 to 5 cards off of it. So you plussed really hard. Assuming they're, not all triggers, but it's still, that like never happens. So yeah, the Alfred's there for the late game pushes, and it's just an overall good card. I would probably consider dropping the Ganslot, like I said, for the other one, and that is the entire deck. See you guys.